Okay, good. I'm sure
Eh,
sure other people might be confused too.
no, it's, I mean, if people are curious, I can go through the backstory that I know. Um, and actually, your character would probably know most of this.
That's okay, now you're getting on to what I was trying to explain to Emery is like
Hmm.
I'm a dwarf. I should probably know all this stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't, and I keep getting I'm the dwarf ambassador, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. What do you mean these dwarves are stealing stuff? Since when did they steal things?
Well, do you want me to give you a brief rundown now, or do you want to do it later afterwards? What would help you?
I think if we like were a little more intentional with it, like maybe in the character development and in the story, maybe that
Okay.
would
I mean,
help.
and you can totally bring some stuff up, and I'm sure maybe there's others. And actually, anybody in the group like a historian?
No.
I'm technically a storian.
I'm an outdoorsman, so not really.
I know a lot about
Uh,
stonecraft.
maybe we can get you a book that's like Druger and Me, or something. You can kind of read through it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because we probably
It's
don't know what Dwagars are anyway. Like, it's probably bad that we were like playing that anyway.
I mean, and we were talking about that. That is interesting because I would think that dwarven folk would all know, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely, 100%
at,
know.
at least I've
Um,
heard stories of.
or at least have heard stories, right?
Yeah,
And it one of those things that, it could be sheltered, or it could be like, well, I don't know. I remember what I was told when I was a kid from the stories, and there may be some loose ties to that.
Well,
Um,
that's what I was telling Emery. Like, I think if I, as a person, as a player, not to
mhm.
not to metagame,
No, no, no. I don't think it's
I would have been
metagaming.
able to actively better participate in that and maybe like
Sure.
ask more
I mean,
questions and just like be able to help move the story along. But because I am very dumb as a player about this, like
no.
I
I
not
I think it's great because there's a level of ignorance that is beautiful in that because you get to learn along with it. You know what I
and that's
mean?
what I told Emery too, is
Yeah,
like when
it's
we
a
went into
unique opportunity.
yeah, when we went to the fortress, I was like, why do these doors have a fortress? Like I was so
Right.
confused. And then we get
Y-
in there and I'm like, why do these doors have an ogre that's a zombie? And then I'm like, why are they huge? And then like, why are they disappearing? I was just like, if you go back and you like listen to the older games, you could probably hear me like, why are these dwarves big?
well, and you may not. Your character probably wouldn't know what kind of abilities or powers or whatever they have. I could say I can give you like a really quick rundown that you would know probably is something that you were told as a child, right? Um, the Drugar used to be a normal clan of dwarfs that got, we'll say, driven by excessive greed, and are now essentially a fallen clan. So there's a constant falling out between them and the surface, or I should say the dwarves are not as deep dwelling. So they were of your people. They are related. They have
They're
you know
distant cousins with purple skin. That's what how Emery explained.
yeah. Essentially, yeah. They if you go back enough in lineage, you may have somebody who is related to you in that same clan.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling Emily last night. If I would have known more about this, I could have probably RP'd it, like something to the effect of like, what color was
Yeah,
their skin, or
I
what
think
color is
that's
my skin, like something
yeah.
like that, or
I think it's totally fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I honestly still don't know a whole lot, so I will probably still be very clueless, but I
And
just
that's quite
wanted
all right. I would say most people probably are like, "What do you mean they get big? Dwarves can't do that. Why are they different? Maybe they have. You don't know, right? These are all these things that your characters likely wouldn't know. You're just like, well, they're the bad folk. So
I didn't even know they were evil, so I'm learning a lot, but that's part of why I wanted to play this game though, is because
yeah,
like this is a whole nother like section of D&D that I don't know anything about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's great. All right. Well, shall we get started then?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you want me to read off the little synopsis, or should we start off the next morning in East Haven?
I think we were going to bed, right?
Okay. Yep, you're planning on going to bed. So we can
Okay.
either figure out how your bed arrangements are going to be, or you can wake up in the morning and no fault either way. Because I know some of you were debating where you're going to be sleeping. So I guess we'll just start then exactly where we left off. You guys have came up from full bellies of fish stew and ale into your rooms that you have rented. There are more of you than there are beds.
I think I
Which
was
of you are?
sleeping in a stable.
Oh, did you end up going to the stable? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You slept outside.
Okay. Are you gonna have You're just gonna go to sleep? No watch or anything?
There's animals in the stable, right?
There are. Yeah, your animals. Your
Yeah.
allies.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
Hard Root
sleep under
feels
the dog
comfortable
bottle.
okay. Hard Root feels comfortable enough to be the bottom creature, and that sounds bad. The base of the dog pile, I should say. The axe beak, probably not. But you are able to sleep fairly safe and cozy with all those warm fur bodies near you. The rest of you, who's going to be in the beds and who's going to be on a floor?
I'm sleeping in the floor. And I think I would, like, knowing what I know now, but I think I'd prefer a watch, knowing
Okay.
that these dwarfs steal things
Okay.
and they're
Fair
sneaky
enough.
and invisible.
All right. So Mare wants to keep a watch out. Is
Listen.
anyone else going to help?
I can.
Okay.
I can take a watch too.
We're gonna have the doors closed, right?
One would assume.
Yeah, I'm good not watching
Okay.
with the doors closed.
Garb
Right.
does want a bed though. He's tired. He's slept the ground enough in his life.
Okay. All right. So as you guys head off to bed, those of you who are keeping up with your first watch, lean against the corner. Go ahead and make some perception checks. Mara and Merrick, it's easy enough. You're in a secluded environment, doors closed. It's easy to keep an eye out. It is uneventful. You can hear, after you came up, still some noise from below, noisy patrons, and eventually people cleaning up. And say around 1 a.m., it got fairly quiet and easily able to finish up your watch. And then sadly, no one else has offered to help say for your second watch. So,
I did.
oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. Go ahead. As you wake up, Garm, then for the second round.
Oh.
Ooh, very astute. Garm, we can say that with that level of a check, you can smell the morning's breakfast as they start to make it. It smells like a porridge, some kind of fruit or sweetness that's wafting up from the floorboards below. But it is a uneventful evening of sleep. You could all go ahead and trigger a long rest. Hardroot wakes up after sleeping very soundly.
Very warm. Mm.
you get nuzzled awake and little cheek licks from the sled dogs.
Nice.
You probably did have the best sleep out of all of us. It's from my pups.
Right. So morning finds you if you guys would like to get breakfast. I know we talked about last time that there was a possibility of you guys meeting with the captain. Is that something that you all were interested in?
Which captain?
Captain,
Argalath or something.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Captain
yeah.
Arlagath, the one that was in charge or you spoke to about the
Missing
The
people.
burning.
right,
Yeah.
the burning man. That is
So-
an option available to you.
So it's the choice between talking to the captain about the missing people and what they assumed that the party killed those people, right?
That was the assumption that you've heard,
Yeah.
yes.
And that's why they burned him. But they were supposedly had something out on the edge of the lake.
Yes, you
So-
did hear, rumors about some lake treasure.
Did the note that we found about Frozen Ferry specify a time or just
It did not.
the Frozen Ferry?
Yeah. There was no time associated with it, just a mention of that being a base of operations.
Okay. Well, the Frozen Ferry is like right here, right?
It is pretty much right there. Let me go ahead and show you on the map where you're at.
So I would say let's go to the closest place first and check it out. And then we can go talk to the captain guy. But what do you guys think?
That makes
I mean, I'm
sense.
good with that.
Miracle wants to go see the boat.
And you can see you guys are at the White Lady Inn, and then the East Haven Ferry is awfully close to where you're at.
Is secret map number 6 supposed to be showing?
Uh-oh.
You probably can see it, but hopefully you won't be able to look into it.
Click on it and see all the runes and shit all over the
Neat.
place.
That is good that doesn't work. All right, so don't look at those.
Now all I have is secret map. I can't not
Oh
look
my
at
gosh.
secret map now.
Oh my gosh!
I closed it
Oh,
out
failure!
just in time.
Ooh, I see what happened.
And there's also a secret map Dorvish.
Okay, now wait a minute here.
Hold up.
What? None of this has worked out how I expected it to work. There are no secret maps. You see absolutely nothing.
Oh, yep, it disappeared. It's gone now.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's how you make it go away. Fantastic. I'm glad I got that from before. Some of you ignore that. Close that whole window. I shouldn't have
did
showed
not.
you any map.
I did not
Just
see
some of us.
any map.
all of you close the window. Not the game,
Okay.
just the map. No more maps.
Okay, map's gone.
Fantastic. Yep. No secrets here. Good thing I labeled it something innocuous like secret map.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It did have an
Neat.
eyeball saying not to look at it.
Right. Yep. That probably drew your attention right to
It
that
did.
map then.
It
Yep.
really did.
Why it had an eyeball that it's like, you know what? Yep, here you go.
I might show it to you
Fantastic.
anyway.
You're right. Fantastic. That's neat. Thanks. All right. So where were we at? I totally lost the train of
We
my
were
place.
talking about the proximity of the
Yes,
Frozen
the ferry. Yep. So you both the town center, which is where the captain said that you could meet and have a conversation if you would like to, is all fairly close to the ferry and the inn that you're staying at. So as far as you are aware, there is no really tight time constraint. The offer of the captain was just an offer.
Okay.
There's no obligation.
All right. Well, that's my opinion. Is we should go to the ferry first, and then check out the. But I'll come in for. I'll make sure the dogs and the aminals are fed, and then I'll come in and
Good.
eat breakfast and give everybody my opinion.
So you take care of your 4 sled dogs that you have and the 2 Axbeak. Make sure they're fed and groomed. Starting routine if you have creatures you have to care for now. As you
Like
meet the
licking
rest of
them?
your... Oh, baby. You meet the rest of your party then down for breakfast, should you have anything. So it is a porridge with some type of a dried fruit in it, some spices on top, a something that would pretty much constitute of a syrup, a sweet kind of sugary concoction. Definitely claggy, but enough to give you at least warm your bellies, make you feel, give you a small rest from the chill.
Cool.
And some ale.
Breakfast ale. Oh, we can do that.
Some ale for breakfast.
Do you want it warm or cold?
Oh, warm.
Warm ale sounds friggin' gross.
all, all ale is good.
Like heated ale or just room temperature ale?
Believe we can accommodate both. Do you want it steaming? Do you want it room temperature? Which normal room temperature in this inn is actually a little chilled.
Let's get a steam it. Start the day nice and right. Warm.
I'll
So
just
steaming
take it.
ale.
Heated ale.
I don't think I want it steaming. I'll just take some ale straight from the tap.
Okay. So the server comes back with a variety of ale in cups, some of it steaming, some of it just cast temperature. So you can have a little ale with your breakfast.
Wonderful.
Food's fairly cheap. Pretty much 2 copper for the whole party for breakfast. So you guys can discuss your plans. You had the note about some frozen ferry. It's easy enough to see looking at the coastline. There are quite a few docks, quite a few boats. Most of them, though, are not ferries. Many of them are fishing vessels.
So, what's the next move you think, Chief?
Who are you
Who are
talking
you
to?
talking to?
I like the hard rate when I said
Um, well, my opinion is we start with the closest and then move our way out. We were on the trail that brought us here, so we can go. I would say we go check that out. Check out the frozen ferry and then go see what the captain wants, is my opinion.
I have no problems with that.
Sounds good to me.
I'm good with that.
So you all finish up your breakfast and head out onto the city streets. It is fairly busy. You see a lot of fishermen heading out to the docks to start their normal routine. Bundled up. A lot of them have pails, buckets, long fishing poles that they use deep in the lakes. You step in line, follow the rest of them as you head towards the docks. Everyone go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you can find some options for you that at least give you a lead.
Sorry, what was that? Perception?
Perceptions, yeah. Some pretty impressive rolls there.
Looks like we're all awake. We're all awake except Gar.
He's got
Garm's
some,
never been much of
fire in his
a city
eyes.
folk. Yeah. So it stands out quite a lot. The letter specifies a ferry. There's one ferry that is fairly close to where you're at. It is indeed appears to be frozen within the ice itself. The docks out to it are covered in ice. The ship is covered in ice and snow. It could be the one you're looking for. As you guys head over to that, go ahead and give me some survival checks. Fantastic.
Garm.
Yep. Garm and Hardroot specifically, you all know what you're looking for. You've seen these boot prints before. But most of the ground is ice and not snow. So it is a little bit hard to discern some of the footprints. However, you do find several sets of tracks that appear to be fairly hidden within the dock itself. It looks like the individuals tried to focus mostly on the ice and avoid the snow to not draw any attention. But with your level of investigation, your skills, you're discerned that there are 3 tracks that appear to have left from the ferry at some point within the last day.
Going what direction?
From the ferry into town.
No return tracks.
Not that you're able to discern.
Well, it appears as though whoever was here has left and they have not returned yet. Looks over to Thalk and Mirik.
Okay.
What are we supposed to know? Here, just shrug.
Breaking and entering
Oh,
and sneaking.
Biggity.
well,
get-
you're going on the boat.
I thought you guys were
I-
sneaking.
I am a man of the watch.
Yeah, Merrick will sneak onto the boat.
I'll
Boat.
Hardroot will tap the side of his nose and go,
Have it.
You don't want, you don't want me sneaking.
I don't know. I don't know but that bugbear is a sneaky bitch.
I'm
I
a
don't,
man of the watch.
I don't know a lot of things, but I know that guy keeps disappearing.
Yeah,
So
I shit.
So, describe how you are trying to be sneaking.
Merrick.
It is hard to hide yourself walking amongst a dock in the middle of daytime on frozen ground. Are you trying to avoid leaving footprints, or are you trying to walk with purpose and intent as to not trigger anybody's curiosity as you go to investigate?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk like I'm supposed to be there.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Uh,
I'll
Also,
follow.
try and step in their footprints so I'm not leaving too
Okay.
many extra.
Oh, that's a good idea.
who is taking up the lead, Thalk or Mirik?
I'll
Yep.
take the lead.
Merrick's gonna hold her tail up so that she's not making a tail drag mark. in the snow.
How flexible is your tail, Mirik? Okay,
Pretty
is it something
flexible.
where you can kind of wrap around you, or is it?
Yeah, like I
Okay.
got him to get.
All right. So both of you walk ahead with intent, minding your footprints, making sure that you don't add too many tracks, trying to hide your numbers as you approach the ferry. Walking onto the dock itself, you're not making too much noise. Doc's leading experience avoids any kind of the creaky floorboards as you're able to walk onto the ice. I believe, do all of you
Are we up
still
there?
have crampons on?
No, I would have taken them off.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Not that it's an issue, but you do try to avoid some of the
So like,
more
I would-
unstable areas of the ice.
would have kept mine on.
Okay.
Like when we got up and decided we were gonna go, I would have put them back on.
So as Dalk and Merrick, looking at the boat itself, go ahead and give me either a perception or investigation.
mm,
Looking at the
Merrick,
boat itself, you don't
Merrick is
see
also
signs
on.
of much activity. However, looking at the cabin, you see that how the majority of the boat is covered in sheets of ice from disuse. There appears to be an area of the doorway that has the lock mechanism chipped away in order to be functional.
Merrick is also proficient in water vehicles, if that matters at all.
Very good. That's good to know.
So where's the door at on the little?
It is right in
How
the
do you think-
center up front.
Okay. I wanna
Merrick,
open it.
looking at this vessel, you know that most of the surface area would be used for transporting and ferry usage. Anything underneath would mostly be ballast and not being used during normal operation. So you know there wouldn't be any holds or anything. That likely the only cabin on this type of vessel traditionally is the main cabin.
Okay.
The door to the cabin itself appears to be fairly simple, and you don't see any lock mechanisms that are on it.
Can we listen through the
Can we
door?
listen?
Absolutely. Go ahead and see your checks here. You both listen. Go ahead and make a perception check to listen to the door.
Sorry, the cat attacking me.
You don't hear anything coming from the door itself. There is minor shifting of the boat, just general creaking from it being trapped within the ice. But you're looking for something specific, and there's nothing that is calling out to you as that there is someone or something inside. What are the rest of you doing?
Just kind of chilling out.
I'm
waiting for
gonna-
the signal, I guess.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna try to like get a little closer.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
crouch behind these, like kind of hide behind these boxes a little bit.
Sure.
Also waiting for some sort of signal or something, but I want to be close enough that I can help if something happens.
Mm-hmm.
So,
How tall is this
Falcon
tree?
Merrick,
Oh, sorry.
that tree is probably 25 feet tall. It's fairly tall.
Climbable?
For
We have
you,
no idea
most
if
likely.
anybody's in there.
I'll climb it and keep a little watch.
Okay, go ahead, just for curiosity, go ahead and make me a climb check.
Okay. Athletics?
Athletics, yeah.
Oof.
Wow. Very athletic.
Like a toddler.
With
who's got
confidence,
both his hands up going,
yeah.
Ah! Ah!
Yeah, with confidence, you stride over to the tree. You make a deathful leap as you try to grab a lower branch. That lower branch is not as stout as you expected it to be. You fall back down. as your comrades look on as you're struggling to climb the tree. With a bit of time, you are able to get up of it, but graceful it is not.
Does it make a lot of sound? Like it's electric, right?
Probably.
It doesn't stand out too. It's mostly a sight-based amusement that it is a noisy affair. But Garm, from that vantage point, you do have a fairly decent view for areas where the tree branches don't cover of the dockyard and surrounding vessels in the lake.
Are there any windows in the cabin?
Looking around the cabin, there don't appear to be really any windows. It appears to be mostly just likely used for sleeping, not for navigation.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, a ship like this would use its sail or oars for movement. So, as your comrades kind of hide behind Garm in a tree, Garn, Hardroot, and Mara kind of tucked somewhat casually behind boxes, not trying to draw attention, but also staying mostly unseen. Mirk and Talk, what would you like to do?
So we didn't hear anything?
Nope. You heard nothing unexpected, like something else on the other side.
I'll
Fairly quiet.
sign back. No noises, going to investigate.
Okay. And who are you signing that can understand you?
Garm.
One of those G
Right.
bastards.
Okay.
Yeah. I will relay it to
Gar.
Garm.
Okay. Okay. How would you like to proceed?
And then ease the door open and sneak in.
As you lift the latch to the door, pull it open, creaks gently. Inside, I said inside. You see what appears to be a little hideout. There are 4 sleeping beds, some crates, storage boxes. On a barrel in the far corner, there are several pieces of almost like a black crystal that you have found in the outpost, and some sort of a folded up parchment.
Okay. I'm going to step inside, pull out my sword and dagger, and start stabbing all of the beds.
Okay.
Do I hit
Go ahead.
anybody?
Go ahead and give me an attack.
Nope.
All right. So you pull your blades out, hit a variety of beds. Aha! You don't seem to strike anything. You have now ruined these people's sleeping bags.
Okay. I wanna. Well.
Go ahead and give me some initiative rolls. Fantastic. Garm, watching from the tree, you watch Thok walk in. You see his swords being drawn as he finishes walking into the room.
Okay.
Right next to you, Talk, is a Durgar individual. Similar skin, different loadout. The other ones you saw were mostly armored, wearing heavy weapons. This one, however, not so much. And I would say that, Garm, from your vantage point, you can see, at least vaguely, some creature or entity just appear out of nowhere.
Okay. Was it toward what Falk is that where he stabbed at? Was that bed-ish person?
He stabbed around.
Okay. I'm gonna tell those guys that I think there's an enemy combatant in the cabin.
My God.
My God.
Is that all you're gonna do?
Oh, is it my turn?
No, it's not. Well, it is, but this creature appears essentially out of initiative. They get a surprise round.
Mm.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
This. Well, it won't matter here because I'm like a million miles away. But
So many miles.
yeah, but like this danger sense, I'm looking at this ability. This
Mhm.
I think this, from how I'm reading it, means that things don't get a surprise attack on me.
Let's look at it. Let's see what it says.
I was readying it just in case something attacked us over here. So I wanted to ask.
I think that's more
Yeah.
for traps.
You have an advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells.
Yeah, I think the
Okay, so just traps and spells. Okay.
Yep, but good call out. Probably not applicable in this scenario.
Absolutely
I think
not.
you do get something later that lets you activate
Yeah.
prize rounds, but that's like level 8 or something.
Yeah, I think you get that later, but that actually would work on fireballs.
Ooh,
Because you
that
can see
would
'em.
be.
Or like, yeah, if
Very
he were to
nice.
cast spells on us over here. Okay. So
Yep,
it does
that
kind of
is-
sort of actually
It
matter.
may come into play. Let's keep an eye out for that.
Okay. Thanks for helping me.
Of course. So, Talk, with this, Drugar appeared out. Instead of a giant hammer or weapon that you see, he has looks to be a green bladed, almost crystalline dagger.
Ooh.
And he's going to make an attack against you, or attempt to. Does a 12 hit? Probably not.
Nope.
Okay. So he is quick, but not as quick as you are. He tries to lunge out. Your weapon's already prepared and out. You're able to dodge his attack. He kind of looks at you and scowls. Go ahead and give me an intelligence saving throw.
You're about to get mind fucked by a dwarf.
Fantastic. You can see this vein in his forehead kind of bulge and pulse as he's just kind of staring at you intently.
I won't wink at him.
You're not sure what he's doing, but he looks pretty strange. And that is his whole turn. So after that, Mara.
Well, that was the surprise round, so then do we start at the top?
You are correct. Yep. Let's start with Garm then, as the surprise round's over, which is good because Garm can, I'm sure, see.
Yeah. Did I see him take a swing at Nate and miss?
Absolutely.
Okay, I will shoot at the man. Let's see if I hit.
Of course you will.
I'll do. You know what? I'll do sharpshooter. I believe.
I have to ask you a question first.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to shoot first or use a spell?
I'm gonna shoot.
Okay. Oh, look at
Range
that.
What's the range on Hunter's Mark?
I want to say 6. Maybe it's 60. I don't know. Let's see.
He's still gonna shoot first.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, he's still gonna. We could be talking about it right in front of him. He's still gonna miss it.
So there's no spells you want to cast first.
Like none at all.
Definitely not the one that makes you do bonus damage.
Oh yeah.
Can't have any of that.
After you said that, yeah, I probably will cast it.
Oh,
I mean,
there
there
is.
I thought it was. Like,
I don't want you to feel like I am, forcing you to do anything that you really don't want to do.
I thought it was shitty range, but it's really good range actually.
90 feet.
Yeah.
That's pretty decent.
That's pretty good.
Yep. So would you like to do that?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So you apply a hunter's mark on this target.
All right.
Are you going to use any other abilities that you have?
Well,
Are you just going to shoot, or are you going to?
If I hit, I will use Dread Ambusher.
Okay. Are you going to use sharpshooter?
Yeah, I said it was in sharpshooter.
Okay, you did
said
say
that.
sharpshooter? Okay. I missed it. All right. Go ahead and attack.
15.
Ooh. That does hit. Yeah, with your -5, yep, that definitely hits. Ooh. Okay.
All right, I have a lot of bonuses here. Give me a second.
Yeah.
You wanted this, by the way.
I don't know if that's exactly what I said. I kind of halfway expected you to ignore the hunter's mark and then miss.
I mean, that was possible.
Apparently, you're playing by different rules than our last session. Spicy.
What the fuck happened here?
Is that correct damage or?
No.
or-
I don't know what the fuck happened.
It's not, because you didn't roll your
I
Hunter's
put 1d6 and 1d8 in there.
Well,
It did not roll a d6.
or a d8.
It rolled a d8.
Not an additional d8.
Okay, there we go.
So that is the +10 for your sharpshooter, plus the other one's your dread ambusher, and then your hunter's mark.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little nasty.
I'm done.
Okay. Falk, as this creature has tried to attack you, almost out of nowhere, a arrow shaft flies through the doorway, right past your shoulder, hitting square in the chest of this thing. You didn't know that your comrades are outside ready and waiting for action, but you go from seeing this creature from being incredibly confident to very injured instantly.
I'm going to smirk at him.
That indeed is indeed a good idea. You see him smirk back, and he starts to change size. He shrinks down to the size of a mouse right before you.
Just a little guy.
Just a little
Just
guy.
tiny, fella.
And let me see here.
Have you guys? You said you winked at him, right, Nate? And then he smiled back at you, and you smiled at him. Are you guys gonna bang, too?
Yeah.
Nice.
So is he tiny now or small?
He is tiny.
Oh no!
Is he gonna levy
Don't-
links you?
Don't fucking sneeze.
Oh no!
Why no sneeze?
You remember the boys?
Oh god!
Oh, Jesus.
All right. So that was his bonus action, and he is going to try to withdraw as he runs under a box and then appears to you hear a little scurrying as he seems to run out of the room.
How? Is there a mouse hole?
A little bit.
There's a mouse hole.
All right. But that was all of his turn. His tiny legs don't move as fast when he's incredibly tiny. Mara.
I don't know that I'm going to be able to get to him, but I think I just want to get closer to the party.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Do you see if you can see anything kind of scurrying out of the back of the ship? It's going to be challenging. You don't. You are focused on the doorway.
Okay, I think I'm going to run then just to join the rest of the
Okay.
group.
Sure.
Because I definitely know that something's not quite right. See,
That is fair.
I don't think I can go through this terrain over here, so I can just do 25, so
You don't have fast movement yet?
no. One moment here. It's not moving. It's not doing the trick. Oh, I'll just move manually.
Spacebar when you go.
You gotta click it.
Click what?
Your
Spacebar.
spacebar.
You gotta select yourself too. Remember.
Yeah, it's still not working for me. It's okay. And then I think I can get to like right. I hate this. I'm so nervous when I'm moving.
Oh, it's because you don't start on your token. You got to start on yourself.
Oh. Well, okay, I'm here. This is as far as I can get.
Okay. All right.
So that's it.
Okay. You rush up trying to figure out what is going on with your friends. Obviously, you saw the arrow fly into the room, so you know danger is afoot. You run up and don't see anything out of the ordinary. Merrick.
Do I see him turn tiny and run through the...
With your vantage point, yes. You do see him shrink down to the size of a mouse or rat and then run through to the back. So yes, you do have visibility of that.
Can I go after him?
Absolutely. Go and give me a perception check as well.
How tall is the boat? You jump off of that?
He is flying off of it right now. It's like 10 feet up. He kind of jumped.
How little is he?
He's about 4 inches tall.
Can I catch him?
Do you have enough movement to get over there?
Yeah, I have enough movement to get over there.
Then absolutely. So the way this happens You see this tiny figure shrink down and run out of the back. Ever vigilant, you run around and see him as he kind of goes airborne and leaps off the back of the boat, but not before you can get up to him within his range. Now, he is very tiny. He is going to be very challenging to hit.
Can I just grab him?
You can attempt to do a grapple on him. You're still going to have to roll to see if you can hit him. So if you want to do that, he will do an opposed.
Grapple is athletics, isn't it?
You can do it.
He'll probably do an opposed acrobatics check versus your athletics if you want to try to grapple him.
You can fight them.
Nope. I'm just gonna shoot him with a spell.
Okay. What spell would you like to use?
Eric and I were discussing if I could eat him.
If you can catch him, that is always an option. Doesn't seem
Okay, I'll
outside
try
of
to
your
catch him.
character.
You're gonna die.
Maybe. I'm gonna.
So are you going to try to do a bite attack, or are you going to try to use a spell, or what are we doing here?
I have a bite attack.
I know you
I
do.
also have something called Hungry Jaws, which is a bonus action. So I'm gonna try to eat him.
Okay.
with
Are you going
Hungry
to trigger your Hungry Jaws?
Yep.
Okay. Remember, it is very challenging, very hard to hit, but go ahead and make an attack. Seeing something so small and tiny and scrumptious out in front of you, you just can't contain yourself. As you run forward, maul open, you try to snap in the air, but he is too deft for you. He does get away. Yeah, your attack does miss.
Since that was a bonus action, can I do a different attack?
That is a bonus action, correct? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. So what would you like to do?
All right. I'm gonna cast Starry Wisp on him.
All right. What is this? So you launch a mode of light at a creature. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. Okay.
And he also will glow, and he can't become invisible.
Your mote that you send out gets very close to hitting him,
Oh man.
but due to his such small size, he just is able to escape out of your grasps.
My snack got away.
Your snack did get away, or is in process of getting away. He's almost still kind of frozen in air mid-time as you bite and cast, and he is not your treat right now. All right. Anything else from you, Merrick?
Nope, that's all I can do.
Okay. Bulk. You saw Merrick, run out to the left side of the boat.
I'm gonna move there and I'm gonna yell, "Stupid fucker turned tiny and ran away!"
All right.
So that's normal movement. I can't see him. I'm gonna go and jump off the back. I'm gonna drop my sword and my dagger.
All right.
No. I'm gonna drop. I'll drop my sword. and
Okay.
keep
Drop
it.
your sword, dagger in hand.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Hardroot, you hear talk. Scream aloud.
Okay. Can I see the little guy?
Go ahead and make
Now
a
that-
perception check. Yeah,
now
now
that
that they're all focused on him. Go ahead and make me a perception check. Difficulty's way easier. Yes. With them pointing, you can see where Mirik's trying to bite the air. You can see him.
Okay. See, I'll do this. This is a level 2.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh, lame.
Oh, that is awfully sad.
So, as a second level spell, that's 4.
4d4.
Yep. So
8.
8 damage. And my little missiles are actually like starlight, like little zoops. Like
Okay.
like silvery.
You see, starlight shoot out of Hardroot. Right in front of Thalk and Mirik, you see these tiny little motes slam against this little tiny Druger. All right, that's. Whew. All right. Anything else from you, Hardroot?
Yeah, I moved.
Okay.
Oh, and I'll
Garn.
do Shillelagh just for fun.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna say because of the magic missiles, you don't have to make any perception checks trying to see. You can just try to target where those impacted.
Okay. I can't even get there, so. Huh? Yeah, I can, because if I double move, I can go to here.
Okay.
And that's it.
Garn rushes over, leaping over the crates and barrels, trying to get advantage or get a vantage point of the tiny target. All right. Next round. Garm. Up in the tree.
Can I still see him? Probably not.
You would likely have to relocate in order to get a vantage point on him. With the height of the structure in the back, kind of covering your vantage point,
Okay.
even though you're up in a tree.
So move or action to get down, probably.
Yeah, movement. You don't have to take an action or anything.
Actually,
If you want to just move.
I think Garb's actually gonna stay up here and maybe do a perception check just to make sure there's no other people coming around.
Okay. Do you want to ready an action? So if you see the creature, to try to hit it from where you're at.
Yeah, sure, we'll do that.
Okay. So you ready an action. So the Drugar's up, being almost bitten, slammed with tiny motes of light. He kind of falls to the ground, and since he's so small, he's going to take a little bit of fall damage. Oh, Jesus. You
Fucker
see him. Mirik, you see as the motes hit him, he kind of gets thrown off balance. Doc sees it too, as he lands to the ground and kind of. He doesn't splat. He just kind of thumps and doesn't appear to be moving.
Snapped his neck.
Well, shit.
Okay. I was neat. Mara.
Yeah. I don't see him, right?
Correct. Yeah.
I just see them surrounding something. Okay.
Well, at this point, he fell behind the boat.
Yeah. What's this right here?
That's just all ice.
It's all ice.
You can run on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over to that and see what's going on. Because I still don't know what's happening.
And you said you're wearing your crampons, so you don't have any difficulty running on the slippery surface.
Yeah. So I'm over here now.
Okay.
What did I see?
You see almost landing in unison Talk and this little lump of a creature. I'm gonna say that as he lands, his spell is this a spell or an ability? Let me see. Does he get bigger? Is the question.
I mean, if it has a duration, then probably.
It doesn't actually say. Oh, 1 minute. It does. Okay. So as he slams, you see this tiny thing on the ground starts to expand and get bigger until a full-size Druger corpse is laying then on the ice. That's what you see from your vantage point.
It looks so gross. I'm gonna go up and inspect it. I think that's what I want to do. So, can I squeeze by them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna squeeze by and go over here and inspect it.
Okay.
Like, what do we see?
You see a dead Druger.
Like, can you describe him? Like, what does his skin look like?
He has very dark, almost charcoal colored skin, wide eyes, very large hands, built a little stockier than other dwarves that you have seen, way darker complexion, his hair, beard, all stark white.
Okay, so he looks like the other dwarves, right?
He does look like the other ones, but this one wasn't wearing any armor. It appears to be he had a cloak on, and you do see that the actual dagger itself, when it hit the ground, it kind of shattered. So he's now weaponless.
Oh, this guy looks disgusting.
He does smell funny too.
Okay.
I mean, he was just a rat, so.
He was just a rat.
Where did you find him, though? Where was he at?
He was hiding in that room.
Hiding? How did you find him?
Stabbed all their beds.
Do we want to check him to see if he has anything on him?
Probably. Also,
I don't want to touch him.
Oh, I'll loot him. There was writing in that room too.
There's writing. What kind of writing?
I don't know. Probably words.
Guess we need to go look at it.
Probably words.
I don't know. I'm a bugbear. I don't know what the fuck
Oh,
you're saying.
the words.
They didn't look expensive words.
Expensive words.
So, is there any other danger? Just kind of looking around now.
Yeah. I was giving you guys a moment to see if anybody would want to heal him. But it looks like no one really kind of gave, looking around the town, no one really is paying attention to you guys. So you look like you're safe. No other threats that you can see.
What is this right here? Is it like a dock?
That's the lid.
I'm sorry, what was it?
That's the lid of the room.
Oh, the lid of the room. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How far up is the boat from off
10
the
feet.
10 feet?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna climb up onto the boat.
You climb up onto the boat.
I want to go into this room and see.
Okay, yeah. All of you are free to move.
Okay, I'm gonna climb up to the boat and go into the room.
Okay. Climbing onto the. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna stay out here with Garmin. Keep a lookout.
Yeah.
All right. You guys on the lookout. Mara walks into the room. You
Okay.
do see, Mara, there's on the table, there's a folded parchment.
Can I read it? It's in a language I understand.
You would ask me that question.
What? Yeah, I'd like to read it. Oh, there we are.
I'm guessing you can see that.
The secret dwarvish map.
Maybe.
Oh man. Merrick, look at this. And I'm like sharing it to her. And I'm like, this is a secret. It says secret. It doesn't say secret. It's a dwarvish map.
Says secret
I've
real big
never
on the top.
seen, I've never seen anything like this before.
Like, it has all these like locations on it. And like some of these have X's. Was it secret outpost? Is there anything else that I see in this room?
There's some provisions in the room, some just general supplies, but and again, some of those black shards of crystal.
Oh, is this the fancy writing that thou couldn't read?
Yes, you can read it because it is in Dwarvish.
Okay. Dang it, that means I'm gonna have to explain to everybody what everything's about. Okay, alright. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put this in my satchel and gonna leave the room. And I'm gonna return down with Garm and Hardroot. So I can share the map.
So as you guys meet up in the corner, Mara shows you guys the map.
Did you loot the guy? Did he have anything?
Did he have anything?
Yeah, looting him, he didn't actually have any coin on him. He had a bag of some strange mushrooms, but he really didn't have much of value because it looks like his dagger did get damaged.
Okay. What do the mushrooms smell like?
Dank.
Yeah, they are very earthy, almost a little sour.
Do we know what they are?
Go ahead and make a nature check. You're not sure. This you know it is a mushroom. You haven't seen its type before. It has a very large cap. It's almost all cap and no stem. You can look underneath. It has really deep red frills underneath it. Smells like it could be poisonous, but you're not
What
sure.
if we show Hardroot?
I don't know. Are you going to show it to me?
Yes.
I don't have him talk to.
I'll give him the.
I don't. I've not seen this type of mushroom before. This looks very odd indeed.
Harder, you do kind of confer with Merrick that likely whatever this is likely toxic.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it. Nope. Probably get a bad tummy ache. Probably. I'll hand you the mushroom back.
I don't want it if it's gross.
Well,
It's yours now.
You
Alright,
have a whole
well,
bag of them.
I'll just put them in my pocket then, and I'll wait until later to throw it in somebody's food. For the laughs.
So you guys investigated the ferry, rooted out some Drugar entity. You saw the one, there was enough provisions there for multiples. And you found a map.
We should lay and wait for a while for the other 3 to come back.
Okay. Is everyone going to wait, or are you guys gonna just leave 1 or 2 of you to keep an eye out?
Well, we should. If we're gonna do that, we should all just hide in the boat.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Is that what you guys want to do?
I'm
And
game
in the
with
boat.
this.
Yeah, I guess.
You might want to do something about that.
We can hide him.
Oh, what?
A little bit.
I'll point to the back of the boat where the
The corpse
corpse.
laying.
Oh,
Just throw some like snow on it.
Over here, are they tall
do
rats?
you want to eat it? I'm looking at Mira. Or Mirik. Actually, I'll look at both of them.
No, I don't want it. No, I don't want to eat it now.
Okay.
It does look awfully chewy.
Hmm.
You kind of poke its skin. It is very, very thick.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go.
Not as appetizing now that I can see it up close.
So those of you, feel free to go hide in the little shed if you'd like, or the cabin.
I'm gonna go chill in the cabin.
Since Hardroot called it out, is someone going to take care of the body?
Just kick it. Just kick some snow on.
I mean, at
Okay,
least
go.
throw it behind the boat.
So you guys grab the corpse and kind of drag it behind the boat. Kind of kick some snow on it, make it look kind of hidden. And those of you who'd like to are going to hunker down
Ooh.
inside the cabin.
Are these like tall rocks over here, or are they trees?
They're rocks.
Can I hide in them?
In the rocks or among
Like,
the rocks?
Among the rocks.
Okay. You can hide near them. Where do you want to be hidden from? Because right now you're on top of the rocks. Should it be hidden from the dockway, from the city, from the boat, from the...
I'm trying to decide. Actually, can I hide under the dock? Is it open under
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, you can try to hide underneath
I'm
the
going
dock.
under there.
Okay.
I am
And
the
I
troll
wanna-
of the ice bridge.
Can I like prep a reaction? Like I wanna, if I see any Drugar, I just wanna hit them.
Okay. You want to hold an attack?
Sorry, with
Okay.
yeah.
So Mara sees Mira go near the bridge, kind of look around, and kind of lays flat and just kind of wiggles and slide using her tail to kind of scoot sideways underneath the bridge. And you see like a big toothy grin.
I just slither under there.
Is Mara just standing out there?
So
Oh, sorry. No, I'm going in.
this spell here. I wonder if they do show up or we get a sight of them. Can I crack this
What are you
off?
gonna change into?
I was gonna
like a
turn into the
barrel?
dwarf that we killed. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said door at first.
Oh, not door.
You're gonna turn into the door.
I mean, that would be pretty impressive.
Okay. So rest of you kind of hide in this little area. Garma, are you going to stay out front, or are you going to also hide in?
Well, I wanted to hide until I can be sure someone's coming this way, and then because it only lasts an hour, so.
Okay, sure.
So you're gonna go inside?
Yeah. have someone keeping watch? Or
Yeah, Merrick is.
Miracus? Okay.
I'm hiding under the dock,
Gotta get inside.
the pier.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. You guys wait quietly for a period of time. About half an hour goes by as you're just kind of sitting there waiting, kind of impatiently just staring at each other. Garm looking like the Druger that was there before. Kind of unsettling, just staring at the adversary. Merrick, make me a perception check. Okay. Hiding underneath the bridge, looking up through the cracks. It's hard to see. It is icy and snowy. You feel the slight chill as little bits of snow fall onto your face from the boards creaking as something or several things walk upon the boards, but nothing you can see. Would you like to do anything?
Can I tell where they are on the board?
They are essentially walking over where your body would be. So they walked over your head, and then they're kind of. I mean, they're.
No, because I'm aware of what's going on
Okay.
in the cabin.
Okay. I need everyone to give me perception checks, other than Merrick, because Merrick already did.
It's not great.
You were all sitting there waiting impatiently as the door swings open and you see nothing.
I'm gonna say, Dwarvish, help me. They've taken me prisoner.
Go ahead and give me a performance check. What language do you speak? Do you speak it
I speak
in?
Dwarvish, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know
Okay.
if they actually speak
Go.
Dwarvish.
All right. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
It's not gonna work.
You know, disguise
Like,
self.
help me.
Does it change my voice?
No,
Oh no.
you look different. You don't sound different.
Right.
You hear a very Mara would know unpracticed dwarven accent come out of Garm.
Nice.
Really, Garm only picked up a couple curse words from Dwarven scouting, pretty much.
Not really. You did hear the very thick, kind of different dialect that the Druger used when you guys stormed the outpost. It is very challenging to emulate. Nothing happens. The door opened, and it's just still.
Okay. Are we in rounds
we-
or what?
If you would like to be, what does anybody do? So the door opened. Garm said a thing.
Fairy fire?
Oh, nice. All right.
Just gonna boosh that out in front of the.
So instantly this appears. All right.
So they gotta do a save throws.
All right. Your fairy fire goes up, glows around.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't appear to stick to anything.
Wind must have opened the door.
It's a ghost.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
dang. Nice.
All right. What would you guys like to do? Mara, you're gonna shut the door.
Just shut the door. Nope, nothing is. I think I'm gonna ready an attack. If anything appears, I'm going to hit it.
Okay.
So the door opened on its own?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Garm made a comment in Dwarvish you couldn't quite understand.
I want to take
Hard
a
route.
shot. Just
Okay.
shoot out the door
Sure. Go ahead.
at that square.
Which one? The one right out front?
Yep.
All right.
One I assume they would be standing in.
Sure. Go ahead and make an attack. That's not right. That's not a real die. Okay. You launch an arrow out. It doesn't seem to hit anything.
Okay.
Well, maybe nothing's up.
All right. Any Garm, would you like to do anything?
He talked. Oh no, Garm. Never mind.
Well, talking, I'm not going to make his blows action on talking. So Garm, either of you, if you'd like to do anything.
We have an action.
Sure. I mean, you're not in combat, but if you'd like to do something as a door opens,
I'm gonna
you see a spell was cast, an arrow shot out.
pretend like I'm like a prisoner.
Okay. You're going to kind of struggle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Garn, anything from you?
Oh, I didn't have my mic on. Nah. Like I didn't see anything suspicious.
He's just hiding around the edge of the door right there.
I'm going to shrug and drop my concentration.
You guys wait for several tense moments. As one of the Durgar right outside the door tripped on something, either a board or something on the ground, and kind of fell and appeared to be visible. Well,
Look at this combo.
Did you mean to do all three of them?
No, I did not. Nothing's behind the curtain. But this guy, falling prone on the ground, appeared.
Oh, I hit him.
All right.
So
I'm sure
ready
you
to
will.
attack.
Yeah, go ahead and get some initiative in. And I'll give you guys a surprise round.
Do I get to go first since I readied in action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're in a surprise round, so everybody in your group can go first.
Okay. I'm gonna try something.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna
Ooh,
put.
shit. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it out there.
All right. Can you grab it from the actor table under summons? Do you have access to grab it and put it on the map? I'm curious.
I cannot.
Where are you going to put it?
Sure.
Do you have access to control it now? Okay, good.
Yes.
Awesome. So
it boofs into existence, and
Is that a bear?
it is a bear. It's a fire spirit in the shape of a bear.
Sick.
They got anything adjacent to it has to make a DC 13 Dex save or take 2d6 fire.
all right. Yeah. Is this this is not considered a spell? They're actual damage to them, right?
Right. It's a druid feature.
All right. So they don't get their Gruger resilience on this one. And you said it was a dexterity?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, it is against my spell save DC, so I mean, if I'm being fair, you probably do get the advantage on it.
It's fire damage. Interesting.
But I mean, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
Right. I'm trying to figure out how I want to, because once I set that precedent, it's going to be stuck. I'm going to give it to you without their resilience, because to me, the spell was calling it in. I don't necessarily say this thing does magical damage. So I'd say it doesn't trigger. It's just it's a big hot fire thing. All right. Ooh. Oh, okay. Two of them did indeed fail. Go and roll for damage for them.
Oh shit! It's even a. Oop! Don't.
Ooh, look at that!
I didn't.
Hot fire.
There, but
okay. So this flaming bear spirit appears.
Yep.
Nasty.
9. Oh, half damage on save.
All right. Nice. All right.
And that's it for me.
So you see briefly as this fire erupts, you can almost see outlines of two other figures where the fire kind of wraps around them, kind of giving up their location, but they are still technically invisible. All right. Falk.
I'm gonna fuck that guy into the ground.
Okay. The one you can see, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop him with a crossbow shot to the face.
All right. Ooh. You release your attack and it kind of bounces off his. You can't tell whether it's a steel helmet or just a really hard domed head.
Okay, I'm going to use
penetrate.
my bonus action to reload.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And try again.
He moves so quick.
Well, that one will connect. Yeah.
Okay.
Whether you hit that dent in the helmet or his forehead, the second arrow or bolt does hit and penetrate. Don't roll for damage.
And so I'm adding sneak attack and my bugbear thing.
Yep. Oh boy, that's a whole bunch. All right. Penetrating deeply into the body of this Druger, you see him kind of, the impact kind of knocks him back, kind of takes the breath out of him. He looks almost staggered. All right.
And I'm done.
All right. Mara.
I'm going to. I think I'm gonna move around him. I'm gonna move here
Okay.
because I don't. Now that he's popped up, I don't really trust the space.
Sure.
If there's gonna be more coming out. So I'm gonna go over here and then I'm gonna hit him.
Okay. Are you going to rage,
Rage.
or are you going to reckless?
Yes, all of the above. So raging and reckless hitting.
Okay. So reckless raging. All right. Yep. That definitely hits.
I don't think we leveled up, so I don't think my macro is appropriate anymore because I think it's supposed to be like something with my level with rage.
No, it's your proficiency, so it's still right.
Okay, so then yeah, that would still be 7 then.
Or maybe it's just a straight 2. I don't know.
It goes up eventually, but it only ever gets up to like 3 or 4.
Not the biggest hit you've ever done, but it is enough to drop this creature. All right. Anything else on your turn?
No, I'm good here.
And where did we see the fire hit these guys?
Kind of right behind the other ones. All right.
I'm gonna reach out and try to touch. Do I feel anything?
Just touch or attack, or what are you trying to do?
Cast light.
Interesting. So you want to try to see if you can touch any of their persons? Okay.
Yes. That is correct.
All right. So you try to reach out, and you're not able to affect anything.
All right. Then
Anything else
I
you'd
will-
like to do?
Can I give Harder? Is your bear like a physical thing?
Yep.
Like
It-
it rolls its own dice and everything?
It occupies a space. Yep. It goes after me, but it is there.
Can I inspire the bear?
Mm-hmm. You can.
Yep. I'm gonna
So you
cast Bardic Inspiration on this bear.
Okay. How do you inspire it?
I pet it and tell it what a good little bear it is.
All right. The bark inspiration on the bear.
Bardic inspiration.
Oh, don't say that too fast. Garm.
Okay. Guess I'll try to shoot at the space I saw the fire flare up at. I'll say, "Aha! You fell for a clever deception, idiots." As I shoot the space they're at, maybe. Not jump. God damn.
All right. You release your attack. It doesn't seem to impact anything as it flies out past the boat.
Warning shot.
Okay. All right, Garn.
Okay. Well, I guess since we saw something there, I'm just gonna attack into that space
All right, go ahead and make an attack.
with my maul.
It would just be at disadvantage, right?
It
Like
would
how-
be, yeah, it would be a disadvantage. But the way I'm
But they
doing it is,
don't-
go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh,
I was just gonna have them.
say-
If they hit, I would have them roll again.
Oh, okay.
If they were there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack. You bring your maul down and don't appear to hit anything. As it kind of splinters the wood in front of you.
Okay. That's it for me.
Okay. Hard root, you are up. You and Mr. Bear.
I'm gonna go here and wonder that it didn't work the first time.
All right. Fairy fire. You're not that familiar with this spell. You're expected something to appear, but whatever it is, it just didn't stick.
It does light up all the objects, but yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't know that they're resistant to magic.
Right.
They appear to not be affected by my magics. My God. Then I'll use my bonus action to command my wild spirit.
All right. What are you gonna have it do?
Wild spirit is gonna. Okay, so me and Garm and Merrick can teleport 15 feet. And then everybody,
Oh God.
everybody adjacent to where the wildfire spirit was, does a dex saving throw or takes fire damage.
Okay, each creature within the 5 feet of the space it left must succeed.
Yeah, so like, I'm gonna teleport here.
But it's not the space that you or Garn or Merrick left, only the space your wildfire spirit.
Just the space that the spirit left. Yep.
All right.
I'll teleport the spirit over here, and Garn, you might want to move.
Am I included in this?
No, because you weren't adjacent. You weren't adjacent.
Okay.
Oh man. All right. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Yay!
All right. Anything else from Mr. Bear? All right.
That's good.
Thok.
So I don't see anyone.
I will say that you do know that there's something there again, because the emanation of the fire kind of there was an area where fire didn't go.
Oh, okay. So I'll take a shot at that area.
Okay.
Do I need to scoop?
All right. Go ahead and make an attack. And I'm going to say because of the fire, I'm not going to make you roll disadvantage on the attack. Because you're basically aiming, see the space where something could have been, and are attacking. That is enough to hit. Go and roll for damage.
Is it adjacent to one of my friendlies?
You know what? I think it is.
They still haven't acted yet.
They have not attacked yet.
They're moving around.
Ooh.
We're
Okay.
still in the surprise round.
No, we're not.
No, you're
Oh.
not. Yeah.
Is this the first round or second?
You're in the second round.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh
All
shit!
right.
I need to hit something, so I stay in raid.
Yeah.
All right. Talk anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Mara.
I think I'm gonna take a swing at the wall next to me.
Okay.
I'm angry and I want to stay in raid.
Okay.
Well, you just have to. You don't have to hit something. You have to attack something. So even attacking that square
Space. Yeah. You're better
that
off just going after the space.
Oh, so I don't actually have to physically.
hit something. You just have to attack something.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna,
Mhm.
I guess, attack this space.
I'm gonna say, just because this is crazy, you see a arrow bolt hovering in the midair right in front of you,
Yeah.
just right here.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hit it. I guess I'm
Okay.
gonna attack recklessly.
Yeah, good call. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. That is that's gonna hurt. All right, go ahead. Roll for damage, a crit.
Okay.
If you roll the
Go to the
crit,
crit
it'll
button.
do it. Yep. Matt figured out how to
Yep.
set it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I'm using that macro,
Well,
like this one.
So just
Okay.
roll it and then add 2. You like roll the normal damage, hit crit, and then add 2.
There is no crit on the macro.
no,
Right.
on your
We're
normal.
saying,
Yeah,
yeah,
on
if
your
you
normal
roll,
hit.
yeah, roll for damage as the crit button, and then add 2 to it, whatever that total is, because of your rage.
I'm following. So that would be 18 then.
18. Yep. Absolutely. Your weapon comes down and just obliterates this
Gosh, she's huge.
what little life was left. Yeah, they spent around fluffing themselves, only to die. All right. That creature is down.
So, okay, I just like smashed at something just randomly with an
Yep.
arrow.
Yep.
And just like demolished it.
Sure did.
Okay. All right, I'm done.
Did the spray of blood collect on the person behind him?
It did not. I know, as much as you think that would happen. But he does go visible when he attacks. So he's going to go after Garn. All right. I'm pretty sure that one's going to hit. Uh, 12 damage to Garn.
Okay. I'm going to use my reaction and parry.
Ooh. All right. What does that do?
I roll my superiority die, and that plus my dex is what I reduce the damage by.
Nice.
So I just need to roll a d8. How do I do that again?
/R
R
space
and then just
D8.
d8. Yeah.
Yep.
So I reduce it by 6 because that would be a
Nice.
+1. So
All right. So only take half of that damage. And that Drugar finished his turn. Merrick.
Is he still visible?
Yes, he is still visible.
I will use. I'm gonna make him blind if he fails a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh.
He
can't
does
do.
fail.
Sure. You get to hit them with spell.
All right. He is now blind. All right.
And I will also.
Whew.
I will also give Garm Bardic Inspiration since he's going after me.
Definitely turned around. All right. Garm.
Oh, so I get advantage on him because he's blind?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'll attack with sharpshooter. How long has it been since the first combat? Is my mark still available? It's an hour.
It's been 30 minutes.
Okay.
So yes.
Alright. I'll switch my mark to him before I attack. And then I will... I'll do with sharpshooter.
Okay.
That's selfish.
That is awfully unfortunate. That does miss. Okay. Garn, it is now your turn.
Garm can re-roll that. No, he can add. He can add to it with his Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, with his inspiration, if you'd like. Do you want to use it?
Yeah. I might hit.
All right.
Was it like a D8? Yeah.
A D. I'm looking a D6.
6.
You can just hit the inspiration roll up at the.
It's
Right
right
above
above
where it has-
your character.
Mm-hmm.
Still not enough to hit. But good for trying. Yeah, they're heavily armored. All right, Garn.
all right. Well, I will attack with my maul.
All right. You have advantage because it's blind. Doesn't see you coming. Yep, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Noise.
He is staggered. He is barely standing, but he is still up. Anything else?
Yeah. Well, nah, I won't.
In that case, Hardroot is up.
I mean, he's blind. There wouldn't be much point in trying to disarm him.
So I'm gonna. Oh, I have advantage, but
You do
I'm
have
gonna
advantage.
green flame blade him
Okay.
with my stick.
All right. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, that's a 20. That's a crit.
That is a crit.
Oh,
Get all the
Okay.
critties.
So because I have these as macros because the
Mhm.
thing doesn't actually work.
Just add whatever your primary damage die is. Just add it
So
again. So
8.
plus 8. Whew. Well, you didn't even need all that damage, because that is enough to kill him.
A
As
bonk.
you bring your staff down, trailing green fires, you whack into the head of this final dwarf as he collapses to the ground. All right. I
Dun, dun, dun,
thought they would
dun.
get away. They did not.
Got it.
All right. Looting the bodies of these Duergar, you find they each had a javelin and a war pick, and some of that heavy armor or scale mail that they had before.
Take that shit and sell it.
Yep. Right. And a shield as well. So javelin, war pick, scale mail, and shield. So 3 sets of those. All right. And you also find.
I can't create items.
I'll toss them in your inventory here. A total of 10 gold amongst all of them. And all of this represents random items that appear to have been looted. So bracelets, gems, things of that nature that they were thieving.
Hmm.
All right. With that, let's go ahead and take a break here after combat.
If you want to give me permission to make items, I'll just keep track of the inventory.
Yeah, let me see what I can do to give you that. Because I can just grab them and drag them in from their
Well, yeah, but
corpses into their.
But you're doing a whole bunch of
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
too.
I need to figure out how to give you access. Because I can't. If I set you up as a, what permissions do I need for that?
Like, do I own the backpack? Like,
You should be owner already.
Hmm.
I found a button.
a button?
Yeah.
It booted me.
Oh, did it really? Oh, you should be back now. It did not. Oh, now you're back.
No, I'm back.
I changed your access. You are now a trusted player. No idea what that means. Never seen that before. Figure if I give you a GM, then you probably see all my shenanigans.
Probably. Don't want that.
I'm curious now what you can get into.
Nope, still can't create an item. In the
Really? Now, can you go to the compendium?
I could always go to the compendium.
Oh, okay. So you can go to the compendium and pull something out of the inventory and drop it in.
Yeah, but when I go to drop it in, it says you don't have permission, or player
okay.
doesn't have permission.
And you still try that because you are set as owner.
Yep.
Dang it. All right. I'll have to look into that. Let's see.
It's interesting because I can do it on my own character sheet.
Yeah, that is interesting. So you can grab from the compendium onto yours, just not onto that bag.
Yep.
So configure ownership. So because it's in the item listing group backpack, you are set as owner.
And I can change the money, but I just can't move items into it.
Interesting.
Oh, well. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Hey, give it.
All right.
A little teaser off the outside edge.
Merp.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Are we missing anybody?
I mean, we're here.
Rhino? Bethany?
There.
Here.
Okay.
All
You're
right.
good to go.
Cool. Thank you. All right. So you guys discovered a secret hideout, flushed out one of the individuals, laid wait for the other ones. They almost escaped, but you were able to capture them, trap them, dispatch them. So you have now found a third town that seemed to have some sort of Druger presence in it. And out of your searching, you did find a suspicious map. So that map appears to be a layout of this general vicinity and things identified in Dwarvish. And those of you who can read it can see other information on the map. Some of it, most of it, you expected to see. You do know one point on the map. Now you found the outpost that is marked on the map, but to the south of the map, you do find something else that is there.
I don't even see the map.
Yeah, I don't think we have access to the map anymore.
If you go in the top right-hand bar, there's a journal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not there.
Under locations. Do you not?
Nope.
You still can't see it?
Yeah, there are
Let
no.
me. What about now?
No.
Okay. Let me see here.
There's a secret Dwarvish map.
Hey. So it shows up here, but if I close it, it's going to be gone forever.
Yeah.
Let me go
What
ahead and change it.
popped up?
So the original map was indeed Dwarvish. However, you do have two people in your parties who can translate it for you, so I'm just going to give you access to that map.
Okay.
You should have permanently visibility to it now.
I don't believe so.
Well, fantastic.
But at any rate, there is a Sunblight Fortress to the south.
Yes, indeed.
And East Haven has a dark mark on it.
So does Bryn Shander, Targos, and
Yeah.
Ermelane.
So do we think those are other places where the dark dwarves might be?
Maybe.
You know you did find them in Caer Koenig and Caer Denival, and neither one of those have
Right.
dark marks.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that fortress in the mountains. None of you have been that far south? Man, I gave you guys a new map. Let me go ahead and do this. Right, if you go up to the top of your screen, there should be a tab called Map that you guys can go to whenever you want to now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I gave you guys a giant map. So you can see all the area that's been revealed as areas that you guys have actually traveled to. Even though you have visibility more on the map, I thought that'd be kind of neat to see where all you've been.
Yeah.
What is
Where
this
is this
thing?
at?
At the top of your screen
Oh.
of the browser, you see those
That's
little
it.
tags.
It says map and earthen.
Yep,
easy.
you can click on map, and it should take you to there.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I like that.
I do too.
So
You
we've
can
been
see
to
who's in what map.
3 of the cities that have dark mark.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
We've been to 3 of the cities that have dark spots.
Yes. And the lit up area down south is the
So that is
fortress.
the area. Yeah, you haven't been there, but I figure otherwise it just appear to be a
Yeah.
dark spot. So
We can draw like an X on it.
Yep.
Maybe it just denotes towns that they don't want to hit because they're too dangerous. Too many guards, maybe.
But they were living here.
Well, they weren't living in town. They were living on a ferry outside of town. Right?
Maybe they have secret posts in those cities. Like the ferry was like a hidey hole for them.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking. But we did see them in Well, I guess we just saw them in those towns. We didn't find like an outpost of them.
And there was that creepy one here.
Mm-hmm. Well, in any case, we should probably take some of this evidence to Captain Algarath. Arlagath.
Yeah,
So I would tell you, and you guys would know this, everything with a dark circle, you know that those are considered very large towns. So you don't feel that they are anything called out from them. You just know that these are the largest settlements. And the only one that's not showing up in your map, well, it is on theirs, is Tourmaline, which is also a large town. So it's not part of their plan, I should say, that you can call out on the map.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, we should probably take this evidence over to Captain Argalath, let him know, and then perhaps investigate the thing with the people.
The thing with the people.
By the lake.
The missing fisherman? Or...
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you are fairly close to the town center. So if you want to just jump on over to that area, you can freely walk. It'll only take you a few minutes to get there. It is still, it's mid to late morning. You have no problems walking over to the town center. So the town center...
Take one of the bodies with us so that we have proof.
Do you want to wrap it up or anything? Or are you just going to...
No, we want to wrap it up.
Okay. You get a variety of cloth and bags, probably from the ferry itself, so you don't have to dirty any of your own things. Wrap them up and carry this fairly heavy lump through town. You do get some weird looks, but no one stops and stares too much. What'd you say?
Can we take the creepy one?
Yeah. If you want to take the one that shrunk instead of the ones that got big, yeah, you can do that.
Yep.
All right. So you guys head over to the town center. There are some standing guards out front. They don't seem to be on the highest level of alertness. As you approach, walk up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, do you have an appointment?
Is the guard right?
Yeah, it's just a guard.
Then I'll pull back the thing on the Dorgar's face and show it to him.
He kind of starts back a little bit. His hand goes to instinctively to the hilt of his blade. Good enough invitation. You can come on in.
Yeah.
He opens a door for you, and he kind of directs to one of the other people inside.
Mm-hmm.
You see, as you're kind of waiting in this hallway, this is a fairly modest establishment. It has some really nice woodworking. Seems like it's kept up fairly well. Pretty decent for 10 towns itself. A few moments go by when you see the captain appear to have gotten summoned and walking over to you all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad you're able to make it. I see you brought a present.
Indeed, we have. And I'll show him too.
Oh, interesting. Come to my office. We'll have a conversation. And I am assuming that is dead.
I'll slap it. It appears to be.
Good. I had to check.
Mm-hmm.
So you all are brought over to an adjoining room. There's not enough seats for all of you, so you all kind of cram into the back, squeeze in, and especially with the lumpy body, you kind of toss in a corner.
I'll put that in one of the chairs.
Okay, you're gonna set the body in a chair, so
Yep.
there's only one other chair available. The rest of you are kind of standing around. So, here I thought that you were going to talk to me about what I talked to you last night about those missing people, but apparently you have some information to share as well. So, please proceed.
Well, looks like there's a problem. Looks like there are some Doigars here. I don't even know if I know that that's what that is.
You can call them gray
don't.
dwarfs.
There appear to be these very strange dwarves about.
They do appear to be very uncommon from what I've know about them. I don't know much about them, other than they're gray and they're not like our other folk. I'll have to summon someone to see if I can find out some more information. But you found them where? You said there's a problem.
In the frozen ferry. It appears they were hiding out there.
And you saw them sneaking around town?
We've seen them sneaking around a couple towns that we've traveled to now.
They must be fairly stealthy to avoid our eyes.
I think they can become invisible, transparent.
As you say that, he kind of pauses for a moment. That is interesting for sure. It kind of implies that some of the people in town are not as crazy as I suspected when they saw random things floating around town or ghostly footprints. This is indeed quite of a problem. You said you've seen them in other towns.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones were those?
We stumbled upon them while traveling through Caerdinaval.
That is definitely unexpected. I'm going to have to bring this to the speaker. If what you say is true, which I have no reason to doubt you, it seems that we have some sort of infestation. Good. I appreciate the information. We'll definitely investigate that. Are you here to report that, or were you interested in other possible work?
Well, we were also here to inquire about the missing fishermen and, what we were originally talking to you about.
Yes, I was hoping you would be interested in that. So, 4 fishermen went missing on the lake about a 10-day ago. The coastline itself is hard to sail along because all the ice flows, and the savvy anglers prefer it. There are actually a few competing fishermen far from the other lake towns there, and we needed someone to scout out the coastline, and to basically keep an eye out of things. We had another party that we had sent out to look for those missing fishermen, but apparently they had a run-in with the guest you saw last night. Somehow that singular person is able to wipe out a group of fairly well-armed people.
Oh, so that wizard was not one of the adventurers you sent out.
No, the full story is still a little bit unknown, but from the town itself, we saw evidence of the attack. Whatever this creature was, this wizard could conjure large bouts of fire, and fire out here stands out quite a bit. When our guard went to investigate, they were the only one left.
Mhm.
And so now we have several missing adventurers, which we have found their remains. This one that we had sacrificed, and we're still missing our fishermen up on the coast.
You have reason to
don't-
believe they're still alive?
At this point, I don't actually think that they are, but I would like to figure out what happened to them. Whether they were murdered or something else happened. And I just want to have information to tell the families.
So you'd like us to go investigate the place where they were attacked?
Yes, the
Or,
far
like,
east side of
Where the
the far east side of the lake. There's some caverns along that wall. Maybe there could have been an area of either a base of operations for that individual from yesterday, or possible a place of rest for the missing fishermen. I don't know, but it is where a lot of action seems to have been happening recently. And if you were interested, I would like to have another set of eyes.
I'll look to everyone else.
Give him a thumbs up.
So that wizard offered no defense of himself? Wherever he got to? Didn't say.
We had a quite overnumbering force, and we were able to capture him.
He didn't say shit.
We tried, but no. I did get a few things. I don't know much about it, but I can offer it as a reward for your services in order to find out what happened to the family.
What sort of things?
So we have 2 things. We have this very simple gray bag. However, when you reach inside of it, appears to be full of small fuzzy things.
Ooh. Are they cute?
I have not pulled anything out because I don't know what they do. The other one is a brass tube. Appears to be some sort of parchment with some strange writing on it, which also we cannot read. I can only assume if they're on this individual that there is some inherent value, but to be fair, I don't know how much.
Well, in any case, I believe we are prepared to go at least investigate this.
In order to speed up your journey, we do have a couple boats available to you to help you get across the lake. If any of you are proficient enough, we have a fairly small rowboat, or we have a little bit larger vessel. However, the larger vessel does need someone who can pilot it.
Me.
I thought the lake was frozen.
Not all of it. The centers of the lake are still open water, so it would speed up your travel.
To sail across it.
Yeah, so if you look at the map, and let me just reveal this here. Come on, bigger brush. The lake itself is fairly large, and you can see
Okay.
the large amount. There is water around, but there's also a lot of ice flows and everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it would. You don't have to use a boat. It could aid you, but it's your choice.
A boat would be faster, and we wouldn't put our animals at risk. Assuming we can keep them stabled here.
Oh, absolutely. If you're doing us a service, no problem at all. We'll keep them safe and fed.
Sounds like we have an accord.
Wonderful.
Can anybody drive a boat?
I can. Mirek can.
Loot lizard can.
Mirek can.
Yep, Loot Lizard can.
I'll cock an eyebrow.
Mirek loves both.
I do suppose you said you came on a boat, huh?
That's settled. Please report back if you find anything. It's greatly appreciated, and I will talk to the speaker about our other problem and see if we can figure out what is going on. We'll share the information we can find.
Much appreciated. Thank you. Do we got we just have a east side of the lake. We don't really have a...
She can point out a more specific area. Let's see here. And I can mark it on your big map. So on your big map, on that part of the lake, it's marked where she was kind of pointing out that it'd be good to investigate.
Okay. All right, well, let's head to the dock then.
All right. So you guys take your leave, head down to the dock, and you are directed by one of the guardsmen to it's a mid-size vehicle. Looks like it has a small sail, probably 20 feet long. It could hold 8 to 10 people. So it looks like just a modest sailboat. Most of the other rowboats around don't have any sails on them. But there is some light rigging. So easy enough to board, plenty of room for all of you. And Merrick, you said you have an ability with water vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Did you leave that dwarf sitting in that chair?
Yeah. Yeah, I 100% left the dwarf sitting in that chair.
So, Merrick, there's no role required for this. You are proficient with boats. So as you all kind of jump on, eyes out Merrick as running over, releasing the sail, tying up rigging, very sure on the boat. And within a short amount of time, you see the sail fill with wind as you guys start to move off the shore towards that northeast corner of the lake.
I'm just stoked that there's actually water to sail a boat in so that I can use that skill.
Yeah, who knew in the frozen tundra there's a chance to have a pilot a water vehicle. The journey is treacherous, but with the help of your comrades, you're able to point out any kind of submerged large pieces of ice to keep the boat from navigating into them. You're able to steer around them. You see the local fishermen kind of on the edge, kind of right where the water meets the ice. About in this direction here is where most of the fishermen out. Maybe here. So even then, you're in a small area. You guys are traveling all the way out through the lake to the far corner. It looks like you're able to get most of the way through water up to that point where they called out. So as you're approaching, everybody give me some perception checks, please. Fantastic. Some good rolls there. Luckily, as a group, you only needed one person to succeed. So, Garm, Mara, Garn, you're able to spot in the distance, a couple 100 feet off from where you were sailing, a rowboat. Appears to be unmanned, kind of beached up against either an ice floe or part of the land.
Just a robot?
Yep, all you can see is a rowboat. You'll have to get closer to find out more. I'm assuming you want to head in that direction?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Okay. Mirka adjusts the sail, and you guys are able to sail closer. The rowboat bobs untethered in the water amid some of the small ice floes. Looking out past that, you see some 80-foot tall cliffs near the shoreline. In those cliffs, you see the mouths of 4 caves that dot the snowy cliffside. One of the caves is at water level. The other ones are elevated 20 to 30 feet above the frozen lake. You hear a occasional moaning sound coming from the caves themselves as the wind whips past and treats them as a pair of pipes. Go ahead.
How long does it take us to get out there?
Several hours.
Okay, so can we have a short rest?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can short rest on your boat as you let Merrick do all the work.
Mm-hmm.
About time.
I am going to sing a song of rest while they are resting. And they get an extra D6.
Nice.
I don't know that anybody was really hurt, but
I wasn't sure, so.
but that's nice.
I'm a pen cushion.
She was singing a bedtime sea shanty.
Mm-hmm.
You said I get what, an extra D6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
As you
I'm on
guys-
full health then.
As you guys pull up next to the rowboat, looking up into the caves themselves, you see a pair of large birds, possibly eagles, kind of flying over, circling where you're at.
Interesting.
You see these eagles kind of change formation and start to dive towards your location. and they are getting larger and larger, way too big for an eagle, as two harpies are flying right towards your boat, dive bombing your boat.
Well, shit.
And there, we'll leave it off for next time.
Harpy missiles.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
So, good job, everybody. You were able to uncover the Druger stronghold and able to keep those other three from escaping, which was quite impressive.
Cool.
So now you're able to figure out what's going on with these caves next time after you hopefully dispatch a couple harpies and get some information about what's going on, hopefully more so with Druger. So nicely done.
Thank you, sir.
Sadly,
very much.
you don't level up yet. So I know I figured someone would ask, but yeah.
No, I just wanted to get to level 3 so I could have my
Okay.
little buddy. I'm good now.
No, it is awfully cool. So yeah, level 3 is a lot more fun. You guys do get some of your neat shenanigans. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm good now.